Hey everybody, welcome back to Gun Deals. Today on the table we have a Shadow Systems. It is the MR920 Combat with optics cut. Let's get this review started. Alright, so what I'll do is I'll put this on the table, we'll go ahead and open it up and see what it comes with. Obviously you do get that little soft case with it. You kind of get your gun lock, you've got your manuals and kind of things like that. You have a bunch of mounting screws for the optics system, which is a really cool optic system. I think it's probably the best in the business. And then it actually comes with several PMags, Glock PMags. Now these are actually just Glock mags. During the review I kind of switched between Glock and PMag to make sure, you know, Glock mags worked, and they do just fine. But the actual Shadow Systems is designed to be used with Glock PMags. Obviously it will work with the Glock mag. So we are empty, and it comes with your pistol. A couple other things it comes with several different backstraps, depending on how you like to carry, how you like your grip. You know, if you like a 1911 kind of grip, or if you like a bit more of a palm swell in the back here, whatever you like, there's different options that you can do with it. This mag well actually comes with it. It doesn't come attached. I actually just added this in because it's really cool, and it does help. And there's a pin in here to take these back straps off and to add the mag well, and we'll go over that in just a little more detail. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the camera angle around. I'll put this down on the table and we can get a nice close-up of this gun. Alright, let's take a nice close look up at this gun. As I said, this is your flared mag well. As I said, there's a pin that it goes into right down here, as you can see, and it sits in there perfectly. Very nice flared mag well. The grip angle, now obviously the MR920 Shadow Systems are actually based off of Glocks. These people refer to these as Gucci Glocks or whatever, how you like to call it, but it does have a few upgrades for me that makes it stand apart from Glock. Now I do still like my Glocks, I have no problem with them, but I do prefer a lot of features on the Shadow Systems over the Glock. The biggest one being is the grip angle and the grip texture and things like that. It's so much better. Now I told you it does come with some different backstraps. So if you like a bit of a palm swell, if you like kind of more of a 1911 kind of grip, you can change that to however you kind of like. So this is the way I have it set up. Now you've noticed it's got some really nice stippling, and this goes all the way around the grip like so. And I really like the grip angle on this gun. Now I have a medium-sized hands, so it's a bit of a snug fit for me. Now these are based off the Glock 19s, just so you know, so it's more of the compact version. So with the magwell on there, my pinky does sit on top of that magwell, and you have a nice undercut right here, but my hand does sit very comfortably, way more than how it feels on a Glock. I do like that a lot more. Now, this is actually based off of the Glock Gen 4 model, okay? So we do have the enlarged mag release right here. Now this is not the standard one, it came with it. I did switch this out to a Glock mag release because I just kind of preferred, and since it can interchange, its parts are interchangeable, I just switched it out. But the one that comes with it is just fine. I wanted to switch this out and see how it felt from a review process. Now we obviously have your trigger guard right here, and you do have some more stippling on the front of the trigger guard right there. And then we move up, you do have your slide lock, again, very similar to the Glock 19. If you want to switch these parts out, you can switch them out with Glock parts if you wish. Now we also have it, compared to a Glock, we have a Glock 19 Gen 5 here. You can see it has, it curves up a little bit, but you'll notice there is a bit of a beaver tail on the MR920, which I do like, again, just so I can get a nice purchase on that gun. Moving up, we'll go over here. So you'll notice there's some texturing right here. If I turn this slight, maybe so you get this on camera, there's actually a slight ledge right here. And that's designed so when you're firing, you get your thumb and you got that texturing for grip and that ledge. And so you get more control over this firearm with that. And it's actually on both sides. So if you're lefty, you can switch it to that side if you wish. So it's very cool. I do like that. I do get more of a positive grip with that being there. So I do like that. And at the front here, we have just kind of a standard rail. Let's have a look here. What lights have we got? These are both just surefires, but they will attach, you can attach whatever lights, lasers, whatever you want on the end there. Moving up to the slide, you'll notice again, compared to say, this is the Gen 5, and again, these are based off the Gen 4. You'll notice that the serrations are obviously angled. I think they look a lot better. The texturing is really nice on them. It's very nice indeed. And then you'll see on this side, we do have some engravings. It's obviously branded MR920 with their logo. Moving up to the top here, one of the things that I really like about the MR920 is the fact that a lot of this is, compared to a Glock, has already been upgraded. There's no need to really upgrade these MR920s. It's already got them on there. So like the sights that you see on here, let me see if I can get a little more angle for you. You can see that. These are mirror glow sights, high vis sights, night sights, and you do have a blacked out sight at the back. These come standard with these MR920s, and they actually co-witness with these optics, because the way they've got their optics cut is the optics is a little lower, so these actually co-witness with this RMR, which is great, because in the video when I'll show you some, I don't know if I've already showed it or if I'm showing it to you, but at the beginning of my shooting, I noticed that my optic, my RMR, was the zero is not there, it's off. So the first few shots I was trying to figure out, I'm like, what is going on here? And I realized that my optic is off and I didn't want to re-zero it. So what I did was I just co-witnessed and I used the backup sights, the iron sights, and it worked just fine. So it's a really good feature. I highly recommend any gun that you have that your iron sights always co-witness in case your optic goes down or if it loses zero or whatever the reason may be. All right, so I took one of the screws out. I wanted to show you the length of these screws that they use. Now, if we can imagine this sits about there, you can see these screws go pretty far down. Let me bring this a little closer. Really pretty far down inside the slide. And when you get inside the slide, there's these two holes here and there's another two holes. I'll roll an image in, and you can pretty much attach any red dot on the market onto these slides without extra mounting plates or anything like that. I think it's probably one of, if not the best mounting designs for red dots on pistols that I've seen from Shadow Systems. It's very impressive. I do like that. It's a huge selling point, I think. Very convenient, very well done on their behalf. Now you'll notice that this barrel here we have this, let me just pull this back. We have a kind of a bronze gold color fluted spiraled barrel. You can get these barrels, if you want a black barrel or something like that, you can have that. If you don't like the color or something like that, you can switch it out. I think the color is fine. I'm not always a huge huge fan of my barrels being a different color and things like that, but I think this it's kind of nice, it kind of pops a little bit, it looks okay. But again, if you don't like it, you can get one with a different color barrel, no problems at all. Now you can also get elite versions of these MR920s, which they have little port cuts, and then they'll have a threaded barrel and things like that. It just costs you a little more. Now the trigger is a lot better than a Glock trigger right out the box. I mean, again, it's a striker fired pistol. It's not perfect, but it's not bad. Obviously you have the safety on the middle here. Obviously if you pull on either side of this trigger, don't depress that middle blade, this gun will not go off. So this is the safety. Let's depress this, I'll show you. Got a little bit of take up. You've got a pretty clean, crisp break there. And then we got a little bit of a let out. Very nice, clean, crisp, tactile break reset. I do like that a lot. So again, the trigger is a lot better than a standard Glock trigger. Very nice indeed. Okay, now to take this down, again, it's very similar, if not the same to a Glock, just slight differences. You fire the gun, obviously making sure that you're empty. You just pull back, you pull down on the tabs and just pull back like a millimeter or two, and you can slide that right off. And again, obviously this just looks like a Glock inside of a Glock because it pretty much is the exact same parts. And then we have your guide rod, which is actually metal and spring, and then you have your barrel here. Now again, these are filthy. I have not cleaned this since I've been doing the review and shooting it. And then this is the inside of the frame. Let me just put this back together. All right, so let's talk about shooting. The gun was great. I did have some. Now I've taken the red dot off because actually, in fact, it turns out it wasn't really zeroed. I had zeroed it before, but lost it 0 somehow. Anyway, so I took it off. So when you see me shooting at the start, some of these rounds was because the red dot was completely off, and then I switched to using the iron sights. Now, as I said before, the really nice thing is when you have your red dot on here, these sights do co-witness. So when as soon as I realized, okay, yeah, this red dot is off, I just started using the co-witness irons, and as soon as I did that, you know, it started to tighten up a little bit, and so yeah. Not the gun's fault, obviously it was the red dot for whatever reason, but yeah, really good shooting experience, very manageable, controllable gun with the ledges, like I said, so you can really get a good grip and stabilize the gun. It's got a good trigger in there, lots of nice features. Overall, I think it's an impressive gun. I think it's got a lot of features that Glock should have probably already included with the standard packages, like the upgraded sights and better trigger and things like that. Let's talk about price. To get the best price on this firearm, scroll down to the description, select the UPC code there, and then enter it into Google and search. And then look for the gun deals link, which is at the top here. Click on that. That will take you to our website. Simply scroll down and you will see where it is in stock and the price. Select whatever one you would like. All right, folks, that is pretty much it. 100% recommend Shadow Systems. You know, if you want different versions of these, as I say, you can do. You know, if you want like an elite, you can get with the ports on here. You can get ones with a threaded barrel. If you don't like the color of the barrel, you can get one a black barrel. Whatever you want to do. Interchangeable Glock parts, so you can pretty much do whatever you want if you feel the need to. I don't feel like these really need a lot. Once these, you know, out of the box, these are pretty much good to go. I don't think you really need to upgrade anything unless you want to. But so yeah, very cool gun. If you have any questions, any comments, please ask them below. We are always happy to help out wherever we can. If you haven't hit that like and subscribe button, please do so. It doesn't cost you a thing, but it really does help us out and we greatly appreciate it. And that's it, folks. Until next time, we'll catch you later.